Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, welcome back everyone to another episode of Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, he's back again. D-Mac's back.
Shady's back.
Tell a friend. Good to have you back, D-Mac. What's going on, man?
Good to see you guys.
Good to have you back, D-Mac.
Absolutely. We got Sam Flannel. We got Spencer Raxter as well. We have all of you on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in.
Hey, Sam didn't say it was good to have me back.
No, he didn't.
Oh, it's great to have you back, D-Mac.
Anyways,
Come on,
glad you're
come on.
killing right out of the rip. Way
It
to
goes
go.
without saying.
Anyways, I was going to play nice, but I guess you drew first blood. There we go. Stoked, not scared, baby. Yeah. See it, John Lord. You know it. Come on. What's this game, please?
Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not
We'll
scared.
get into it in about 10 minutes,
All
D-Mac.
right, 10
We'll
minutes.
get into
I
it in
was
about
just
10
wondering.
minutes.
I was just wondering because I had to drop female cat on you, and I didn't drop Miss Princess Penelope. That's my female cat. I dropped the harsher word because, the comfort level, comfort zone.
Yes.
In the DMs.
Which is fine.
Yes.
Which is fine. I got broad shoulders. I can deal with the D-Mac.
How do you not?
But hey, the cracks are starting to show. We'll discuss. Our own Spencer Raxter. The very foundation is crumbling of the Stoked Not Scared movement.
Wait. You got to understand. You're not looking at it, but this is also a guy who's come over from the dark side of Goff. So, I mean,
He hasn't
let him
come over
know
from the dark
this is
side.
all new. He can baby step it around. Don't worry about it when it's that. It's because he's been on fragile ground to begin with. So there's some PTSD and stuff going on with Big Spenny. He's got Sparties. I mean, gosh darn it, he's got that Draymond Green stuff going on. And so don't worry about my boy Spenny. He'll be fine. He's not the barometer when it comes to Stoked Not Scared. Right here. Let's go.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in to that. Mike G first one in says, I don't think the Bruins are going to lose a game ever. That could be the case. My Edmonton Oilers need one tonight. Connor McDavid, Connor McJesus needs to make sure they get that dub tonight. That is a big one. But the old Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Toronto gonna Toronto.
Nothing like it, man.
Oh my God. Death, taxes, and Torontoing.
I got after it last night. I got home. I entered my boat at like 5 a.m. And
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I see the eyes. All right.
Yeah, it was a long night, but I'm feeling good. Toronto lost. NBA playoffs were close. Some series tightening up. So it was a good day. I woke up happy.
It's not time to put the dagger in Toronto. Let's wait till after the next game. But did I not? Was there not somebody on Big D Energy at the desk that said, watch out for this LA team and the Edmontons and even the Tampa Bays won't go down quietly? I mean, there's
I don't recall that.
You mentioned Boston not losing a game. Like the Rangers, with what they had to do, this is the most exciting time of the year. And then you see you got an overtime game in the Minnesota game, and then you don't expect the Kraken to come out and do what they did, but they cracked.
And that's what Tammy Chin says, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Avs got spanked by the Kraken, too. So I know that makes some people out there happy as well. But yeah, NHL playoffs, man, they are off and running. And I tap in.
One game.
Playoffs?
Hey, can I just mention one game, because we got other things to do. It's Spenny's show. If you didn't see in the Winnipeg Jets game, that this young dude, whatever his name, Morgan Barron, got caught with a skate, right? And the goaltender took 75 stitches and came back.
Jesus.
You know why?
That is just
Do you know
different.
why? I'm going to give you a truth. You know what? The D-Mac is right. Look at me right now, folks. I'm going to give you a truth. I've been away. I'm recharged. So let's be honest right now. Because bottom line, hockey players are built differently. And some guys will do anything to get laid. That's important. Most number one fact Uncle D-Mac would tell you, because D-Mac is right. Anyways, yes, Morgan Barron, gritty grinder, Gladiator Award.
75 stitches, dude.
I had 40 in a fight one time, split me open with my helmet on, and I'm still fighting, and the blood's coming down in Long Island, actually, against Dean Chenoweth, and got 40 stitches in the
That
head.
was back before their new arena that's made of plastic that's in the parking lot of a horse track, right?
Yep, before
Okay.
that one. Yep, Jake. Or Jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just like to put that one in there. NBA playoff
Sexual
news.
is true.
Sexual is true. NBA playoff news as well. Draymond Green got suspended. I was a little surprised by that when they announced that Draymond did get suspended. And there's like some pictures of Sabonis kind of grabbing Draymond's ankle. And, for me, this is pretty simple. I was surprised, but at the same time, yeah, you're going to get suspended. And the NBA came out and pretty much said it. They're like, look, man, your resume dictates you're getting suspended here. That's it. That's all. And both things can be true. I love the antics. Him standing up to the crowd, saying, give it to me and stuff like that. But both things can be true. I can enjoy that, and he can get suspended for a game because of the resume, Spenny. That's how it goes down when you're the class clown. And people start acting up, they're going to look at you first.
Yeah.
They just are. I need to know, though, because Draymond nationally is getting that smoke from everybody saying, well, is the act going to work at all? Does it still work for Golden State? Michigan State fans, you all still claim him, right?
1,000%.
Okay, you're not.
1,000%.
You haven't done like a Michigan Hunter Dickinson
No.
heel turn on everything.
No.
Okay.
Day-Day's our guy.
That's your guy,
Spartan
Scott.
dog for life.
Okay, I just like to check in and get the temperature of the room. I can't speak to these things.
Is it just like the chat thread, like Rake and Let's Go Red Wings Party and this? It's more of reputation and stuff like this. I mean, the spotlight's on him. So the first thing, he's the old Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, more or
Right?
less.
More or less.
He's going to get things that other players probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that amplified. So automatically, and you see the fact, it's always like halfway. He's going to be more guilty. How many of us know this? I mean, we're always maybe that one in the family, right? When something goes wrong, everybody automatically looks to blame you. And the siblings, right? Spenny, won't the siblings know that and use that to their advantage a lot of times?
Yeah, my older brother, Cole, he was the one. He was the one that always got it.
There's always that guy.
Yeah.
Danny Raxer onto his tricks, though.
Yeah. We used to do some. We used to, like, the penis game where, like, you say penis louder and louder and louder until you're like screaming it at the top of your lungs. Like every time you say it, the next person gets louder. Me and my brother used to do, because we shared a room, but we'd say chupacabra, and we'd just start yelling it louder and louder and louder and louder in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. And
perfect.
We had a china cabinet in our kitchen, so we'd know, like, we'd hear my dad stomping through the kitchen and the china cabinet would rattle, so we'd, like,
take it down,
pretend to go to sleep. And he'd just come in and fucking, like, hit us and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'll show you a chupacabra.
Yeah. We did that. We're a piece of shit. I shared a room with him for the first, like,
What
12
a bad
years of my
influence,
life.
Eh?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
where
right?
all the bad parts.
It is. WoodwardSports.com chat there. Rich Diana says Draymond's got some Rodman in him. And I believe that's true. There is an art form to that, about taking players out of the game and making it, getting their focus off of scoring the basketball and getting the focus on you. That's an art form, right, Darren?
No, it is. And it's, you see it in hockey. Who do we talk about? Boston, Marchand, the Rats, the Kachucks and stuff like that. But did you see how I therapeutically, systematically let Spencer know the scared part of him is his brother Colton, giving his advice so he can be stoked again? Do you see how that works in all of the round things? But it's all a part about being rats, right? We'll agree. Rats in different sports. Now, the object is to toe that line. And the value is when you can throw other guys off their game. And I don't care if it's hockey, baseball too. A lot of times it's pitches inside, different ways to call it. You see, different contention, but to the fact that is. But when they cross the line, and you saw that with Toronto, right? Michael Bunting, right, is one of those guys that plays near the line. He crossed the line, took a major, and what did Tampa do, Neal? They filled the back of the net, as there should. That's what Stanley Cup teams do. They make you pay in the worst possible time. So they didn't help themselves. That's the inexperience, and that's the difference. Tyler Bertuzzi, he's a guy that plays on edge too, but there's a fine line, especially in the playoffs, and not costing your team.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Welcome into the chat, Uncle Neal's soft feet, by the way, who says Draymond's an idiot for getting baited. And I don't know. I don't know that he got baited. Yeah, he didn't get baited.
If Sabonis didn't grab onto his ankle and hold it, he would have stepped over.
Here's the thing too, right? Now, Sabonis, is he a good player for the other team?
Absolutely.
Is he one of their better players?
Absolutely.
So the fact that it's guy for a guy. If I'm going to take somebody out, I'm going to take. Is he better? Is he more valuable to his team than Draymond
I would
is
say
to
yes.
his?
Yeah.
So do you see how that's big deal? It's an upgrade. What happened with Sabonis?
But Sabonis got off the hook because he doesn't have the resume.
Because he doesn't have the resume. But are you going to take? See, here's the thing in this series. So I know Golden State lost, right? So are they up against it? Is this like
they're down 2-0?
Okay,
going back home.
And this might have been, a ploy, and this might be one of these things that sometimes you got to go to different drastic measures, right? And just because you throw the Hail Mary doesn't mean you complete it, Neal. This would have been a Hail Mary, I think, for Draymond and Golden State in a way, because if they got Sabonis out, then they're in better shape. Unfortunately, it didn't help them. But again, maybe without Draymond in there, it's a different look and a different lineup for Golden State, and it can help them because they're down 2-0.
Dirty Dr. D, WoodwardSports.com chat thread says Draymond's twice as dirty as Rodman. Rodman was a hothead, but really only kicked a photographer. Plus, he knocked boots with Madonna and Carmen Electra. Now that, you're not going to beat that.
No, he's got it's like Dennis Rodman, Derek Jeter, Tony Parker. They got some all-time lays.
Right. I mean, you can't dispute that.
No.
And he would just go to Vegas during the middle of the NBA Finals and then come back and get 18 rebounds.
Yeah.
You can't. A lot of people want that, but could never be that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's how good he was.
It's legendary.
It is, and it adds to the legend. Mm-hmm. It's like, Babe Ruth would knock down 10 beers and 10 hot dogs before a game. You know what I'm saying? It adds to the legend.
Babe Ruth's overrated.
He did have more home runs than everybody else in baseball combined.
Yeah, he's playing against farmers.
I agree. He's a lot like Michigan football.
Again, I don't care about anybody's stats before black people or Latinos were allowed to play.
A lot like Michigan football.
Yeah, that's fair.
97.
And you agree that the steroid era stats should be in there with asterisks?
Yeah, steroids made baseball awesome. Pete Rose should be in the Hall. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall. McGuire should be in the Hall.
How old are you, Spenny?
26.
There you go.
I don't know about McGuire, but the other Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, absolutely.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds should have been a first ballot.
Barry Bonds has 2 Hall of Fame.
McGuire should be in there just for that home
steroids.
run chase race with Sosa that year.
Yeah.
Hey, save this one for the summer, guys. When and the Tigers, they've won 5 in a row. How about that?
Yeah.
They were left for dead, and now they're on a pace to win 70 games.
Erod went 8 scoreless last night.
He
10
did.
strikeouts.
With it being 31 degrees outside.
Are all the underbettors scared? 2-4-8.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, just wait till it warms up, too.
Yeah.
Once it warms up, the bats will get going.
Yeah, and also maybe we'll get some people in the stands. But I'll be going down there because, uptime, it matters. Oh, even at Alta. Alta uptime matters. Alta equipment has everything that you need to get the job done right. You got a bog project because the weather's turning a little chillier today, but it'll be nice. Sun's out. Alta Rent, they got you covered. Give them a call today, 844. Go to Alta. That's 844. Go to Alta.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
We are off and pushing Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty back in the fold. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here as well. All of you, woodwardsports.com, chat, thread, get it in. We have to recap the Stoked Not Scared parameters because D-Mac was throwing around words, insults.
I think clarification is needed.
Clarification is a good word. I think that's what we're going to do.
Now, Spenny, do you have at your disposal the Stoked Not Scared woodwardsports.com merchandise t-shirts?
I do, for a matter of fact.
Can you pull those up for me? And because I want you to look at this, and you can see that if you're watching on the screen, or if not, I'll describe the Stoked Not Scared on the left and the I would say the DMAC colors, which is black, red, and white. And then on the right, in the Lions colors, Stoked Not Scared. Right? Here's the one thing. To be stoked, not scared, and I said this to Neal earlier, it goes along with, I don't really give a shit, right? What goes on in anybody's mock draft, what do you want to do, 6, what do you not do? So being stoked, not scared means, can you wait to get your Christmas presents on Christmas Day without sneaking in your parents' room and finding out and ruining it for everybody else? Or you have to know. Are you the one that has to put the list together? Somebody else? No. Can you just wait? To be stoked, not scared means you're waiting for Brad Holmes again, getting ready to cook. And what's he gonna serve you? So this could be barbecue, grill out, whatever it is. I look at it now, it's Christmas. Stoked, not scared means you're excited for the best Lions Christmas ever. That's what we're looking forward to. Now you can have what for me, I'm going to stick to Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, defensively, which positions you would think. But again, at the end of the day, I'm going to eat whatever I'm served by Brad Holmes. I trust, and I'm more excited of what goes on in his mind and how it plays out. Along the lines, and I will say this, is that Brad Holmes earned my respect along to the same lines as Steve Yzerman, where I trust the process and it's not when, it's when, and just going along with it. So stoked, not scared means I'm not going to put that energy that I usually have to at this time because I don't trust who's in charge of the organization. I don't trust who's going to pick. I know they're going to make a dumbass pick at 3rd overall and stuff like this. I feel exactly the opposite of that. So I'm stoked to see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be trade in, trade out, trade up, trade down, if it's going to be draft, if it's going to be used both, whatever it is. I'm stoked. Brad Holmes is making this decision and the Lions are moving forward. And I don't care about the odds in Vegas and this and that. That means that they're getting it. They're looking to it right. I look to Vegas and see that other people see it the same way. I'm going to be stoked until it's time not to be stoked. And if it's time to be scared, I'll be the first one to be scared. Transparency, accountability, yes. But I am so stoked for a week from Thursday just to see it happen like Christmas morning. And I've evolved from that because I used to be the kid that had to know all the presents and stuff like this. But not now. Not this guy. Not here. Not now. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared. Stoked, not scared.
That's a great speech,
Hell
D-Mac.
yeah, D-Mac.
That's
was
a great
awesome.
speech.
Let him cook.
And people are excited, but right here, right now, are they winning the Super Bowl this year?
No.
Are you stoked? No?
No.
So would you say you're stoked adjacent, not scared? Like Uncle Neal's
Stoked
soft beat.
doesn't have to be to win the Super Bowl. Stoked means that, that they're moving down the line. They're going down 75. I'm stoked that I believe right now that they can win a playoff game, that they can host a playoff game, that maybe, you know what, I'm stoked that they can win the North again because last year they showed me that they had the best record in their division and they're going to get better. So that's what I'm stoked. I'm stoked this train's moving forward. And you know what? It's got a chance to be more of like one of those express trains, super max trains over in Japan and speed by my Red Wings. In progress right now. That's why I'm stoked. I don't need the Super Bowl or whatever like that. Now, if that was the caveat or the something else, but that's not what the build is all about to get back there because eventually we're going to get back there. I don't expect it this year. If it happens, that's great. In the NFL, it can happen quicker than not. It could be us. But the thing is, I'm stoked that this is down the road and we've picked it up and we're moving quick.
Hell yeah.
We're moving quick. Hey, I don't know if it's a train, but it's got a Hemi.
Yes. Man.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Damn, this one slid by and I forget who it was, so my apologies on that. But they essentially said, I'm stoked, not scared for Michigan. Go Blue. Sam Flannel, are you stoked, not scared for Michigan? So all in, call the national chip. You calling for the national chip right now?
Absolutely, I am. This is the year to do it. They're the most talented team they've had since '97. They have so many players coming back. This is the season. They've got an easy regular season schedule, probably a Big Ten championship opponent that will also be easy. And then it's just about getting it done in the college football playoff, which they haven't done yet. But eventually you got to win one. Alabama's losing Bryce Young. They might start that kid Jalen Milroe, who looked terrible last year. In Georgia, they're losing some players as well. They're losing Stetson Bennett, which I don't think will be that big of a deal, but you just never know. Just get in the dance and get it done. I am stoked, not scared for Michigan.
What about when Dirty Dr. D says same convo before last season, Sam Flannel?
That's true.
Hey, Neal, all I got to say, did you see Michigan colors in the Stoked not scared?
No.
No,
Didn't.
because you know what? That's a different conversation. That's a totally different conversation. You know?
I would trust Michigan to win a national championship this year before the Lions winning a Super Bowl this year.
I would agree with that.
That's not the competition.
It's fair.
But what about the pro? That's not even up yet. Way to go! I think that they have a better shot also, Sam. But how about the fact that progress would be? Do you think that what's more, Michigan winning this Super Bowl or the Lions winning a playoff game?
Probably Lions winning a playoff game.
So that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be progress to whatever? And when coming to Michigan, and I'm not, but my perspective isn't Michigan the only way to get further along is to win a playoff game and win a national championship? They're at the precipice where they have to. The Lions aren't there yet. That's why you can be more stoked to the process. You're at sort of with Michigan. It seems like you have to. It's a fake stoked.
Ooh.
For the record, D-Mac, I agree with you. Neal was giving me and Spencer all kinds of a hard time for saying that we're not stoked because we don't expect the Lions to win a Super Bowl next season. That happened until you so eloquently gave your speech and maybe
eloquently and Darren McCarty doesn't really go back hand in hand.
Turn Neal around a little bit, but we were getting it hard from you, Neal, about
And Lindsay.
and Lindsey Hunter too. Just like, you guys aren't really stoked. You guys aren't guaranteed a Super Bowl.
I would even say that to the point that if you think Super Bowl victory or even being there is stupid, not stoked.
Yes.
Is more no, because you know what? We still have places to go. Why does everybody automatically want to run before you can crawl and walk and whatever?
Because context
walking?
is important, D-Mac, and the context was
Oh,
that
did Sam throw it out of context?
8% of every bet at MG, this little company
but
called
it's at
MGM.
Yeah, but
8%.
I can explain that. At 2,000 to 1?
Yeah.
I'd put 100 on
it's
it.
20 to 1.
Plus 2,000.
At
Yeah,
20 to
plus
1 plus 2,000. Yeah,
20 to
that's a $100 bet. That's
So
huge odds.
so you are in
It's
on
the
it.
same odds as the LA Kings to win the Stanley Cup was 25 to 1.
So
right?
you are in on it then.
I'm in on
At
that
20 to
bet
1.
because at 20 to 1,
Good value.
Neal, you can't
Is it good value?
Neal,
It is good value.
It is.
Okay, so you have expectations then,
I
right?
said it yesterday. They are a Super Bowl contender.
Okay, so then you.
Hey, but
so,
here's the.
so
not-
then call it.
I'm
Just
not-
go.
Hey,
I'm not
here's a
gonna
little
plant the
gambling
flag.
tip. It's good value too. That if you think that they could.
Not if it's going to lose. It's not good value.
Oh, okay. Here, let me go dip into your pocket. That if at
Anything is
least they got to the
possible.
conference finals or got to the Super Bowl, then you can hedge your bet. And you know what? At $5 to win 100, yes, it's better value than buying this goddamn stinky coffee. And it gives you something. And it gives you something to sweat about. Although that's not a stinky coffee. This is Birmingham roast. Get yours today. Drink
best.
about 8,000 of them. But that's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Is that's not a long shot, like longest shot bet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're stoked. So you're all the way. You expect it to happen. Then you're stoked.
No, I don't expect
You said
it
it's
to
good
happen.
value.
No, I don't expect it to happen, but the value is there. So I can see why people would do it. You don't bet. Really, Neal? Come like you always bet. Like, don't even give me that you bet every time you bet like a future.
I only bet on something that I think is going to win.
On a future.
That's fair.
I only bet on something that I think is going to win. D-Mac.
Okay. Well, I bet
Good value.
I bet NASCAR, so I bet 5 races a week, and the odds in that is always over 10 or 12 to 1. I know that not every one of them are going to win, but I just have to make one. So that's why the prize
Now,
of betting
but
is.
but that is different, D-Mac, because if you're betting 5 drivers and they're all 10 to 1 or above, you're essentially betting a pool of drivers at 3 to 1. That one of your pool is going to win at 3 to 1. So you're still betting on it to win. You expect to win. You expect one of them to win.
Okay, but I don't agree because some people just because the future odds are there that they throw other money. If I don't see, maybe they're like me. If I don't put it towards this, then I'll blow it on something else. And at least there's an ability of return, and it gives me some viewing pleasure.
That's fair.
Max Mayer says, I don't think the Big Ten can beat the SEC.
I would agree with that.
I mean,
But-
so far the evidence bears that out. I will say that.
Michigan, with their returning team, they got to be, if not the title favorite, a top 2 title odds next year.
But I'll have to take a peek at that. When we come up.
It's going to be Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, some variation of that.
Yeah. Clemson might be up there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Is Ugalele still there?
No,
No,
he's
he's
gone.
not.
He's gone finally?
Is there
Okay.
any sleepers right now? Anybody like a Texas out of the woodwork?
Texas will be up there,
Texas
right?
will be up there. Yeah, Quinn Ewers is.
Don't they got the
pretty
new
good.
Manning?
Archie.
I don't know. I keep hearing about it. I never see it.
Didn't look good in that spring game, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, Sam Flannel, legend killer, dialed in.
Yeah, it's
Texas spring.
It's still Quinn Ewers this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep hearing about it. I never see it, though. Like, that's my thing. Unlike Detroit City FC, where I hear about it and I see it. It is another City Wednesday coming up here
Champions.
today. Our guy, Maxi Rodriguez, will be in studio. Don't forget, they are squaring up with Minnesota United out of the MLS at Keyworth. That's next Tuesday night. Make sure you're in the building for that. It was electric when they beat the Columbus Crew. We'll talk to our guy, D-Mac's favorite guy at Detroit City FC, Maxi Rodriguez, when we come back and I tell you about the sports marketing agency. They spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. A new podcast is called This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com, the sports marketing agency. They're here to help.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread as well. And right now, you guys know it is a Wednesday. It's a City Wednesday. Detroit City FC's own the midfielder Maxi Rodriguez here in the building with us live from Woodward Sports Studios. Maxi, appreciate your time as always. So you know my co-host here, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion with the Detroit Red Wings. You're his favorite. I'm just telling you that.
Well, here's the thing, Maxi, is because nobody in this city runs more miles than you, not only during a game. I mean, that is your motor. And we in hockey, we call it, look at this guy, he's got an air tank. You remind me of Chris, if Chris Draper was a soccer player. Your motor just goes. Has it always been that way? Because you must log the most mileage per game.
First, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been much better at running after a ball than just running in general. So if I go outside and just run, I feel like I'm terrible at it. But put a ball in front of me, I can run forever. It also helps that I have Connor Rutz on the field, and that guy is running forever, so I have to constantly support him or have to be like, oh, I got to run as much as Rutz. So.
See, I knew it. Maxi's a dog. That's why I love him. But you're the grind liner. You're always, uniform's always dirty. See you, slide tackled, blocking shots, kicks, doing all the dirty work to make what goes out of the midfield. So, I guess my question is what is it that you enjoy and embrace? Because you are a veteran on this team now.
Yeah, strange to say that. I'm getting older, huh?
Yeah.
Time changes, but yeah, I think it's just setting the tone or something as little as a slide tackle can change the momentum or be like, okay, he's on it, let me get on it as well. Or send that message to the opposing team or to the rest of my teammates is first tackle, first header, we want to win and kind of set the momentum for the rest of the game and start from the front foot.
Yeah, so Maxi, about that too. About 8 to 10 miles, depending on the game. That's what your body tracker usually is. Is that the number?
Yeah, it's usually around 6 or 7 is like high. Of course, I think we had a game overtime last year. I think I hit 9 for that one. So it depends on the game. It depends on where we're playing.
Like I was going to go back to the Vegas game last year when you guys played at the Las Vegas Lights, and it was 98 degrees at kick at 8 o'clock at night. Do you hydrate? Obviously, you got to hydrate differently before that game, right? Or no?
Yeah, you go into different games knowing, like, just this past weekend, we went from, I think we had a warm patch of weather here in Detroit, and it was kind of like, oh, this is nice. It kind of prepared us for Miami. But then you hit that humidity of Miami, you're like, okay, this is a different monster.
Yeah.
So it's liquid IV. It's just as much water as you can get down to just make sure that you're hydrated for the game.
Talking with Maxi Rodriguez here on City Wednesday, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. You got a question for Maxi? Go ahead and fire away. People fired up. Detroit Dabber 313. Let's go, Maxi. And all right, Maxi, before we get into what's going on with the U.S. Open Cup, the Minnesota United and MLS side coming into Keyword didn't work out very well for the Columbus Crew last year. We'll discuss that. You had a lot to do with that match. But as far as the season, USL season going right now, you guys currently sitting 1 point out of a playoff spot. And look, the nature of the beast, especially with soccer, is you go through patches where you struggle to score goals. It happens. You play 30-plus matches per year. You're going to go through a stretch where you struggle to score some goals. You guys are in one of those patches right now, coming off that 0-0 draw at Miami. You know it, right? When you go into a season, you know you're going to have a 4 to 5 game run where you struggle to score. That's just the nature of the beast, like I talked about. It just sucks when it's at the beginning of the year because you know it'll turn around.
Yeah, of course. I think every year brings new challenges, and understanding that it's a long season. It's 10 months long. And understanding the highs and lows that come with the season. I think last year we had a hot start, but towards middle of the season, maybe closer to playoffs, that's when we kind of got in a rut where we started losing games and not able to score. So it's kind of the opposite. So you want it to maybe, okay, we started off slow, but it can only go up from here. We can figure out what the team needs and and what we need to do as a club to get goals on the field.
Yeah, you got any tips, D-Mac? As you know, hockey's kind of that same beast for whatever. You can put 45 shots in there, not get one in the back. What do you do, D-Mac?
No, I mean it's all about sticking to the system, right? And I think that's the one thing about your coach, Trevor James. Talk about what are some of the things, I guess, that being a veteran guy and being here in his system over a bunch of years, because the one thing that I see throughout the line, no matter who it is resilience and relentlessness and like pursuit of the ball, or that like when you mentioned earlier, you do something and it inspires the guy next to you. In hockey, we always say, and as the NHL playoffs go on, the teams that guys sacrifice for the guys next to them are the ones that are successful. And it means, what is it, like, tell me something that you've, I guess Trevor James has taught you as far as like, the team game and being a complete soccer player.
I think he just trusts us, and I think he trusts us as a team right now, and he understands, like, look, things are going to turn around. The ball's going to go our way eventually. Right now we might have a unlucky break or something happen, but he keeps saying that resilience word and understanding that it's going to turn our way eventually. So we've all been in a locker room where, hey, you're losing games, and you can feel the loss. You can feel every day, oh man, this is tough, or this isn't going well. But that's not how we're feeling at the moment. Every time we come out of a 1-0 loss at the time, the next day we're like, okay, like you feel it in the locker room that it's not going downhill. You understand? Okay, trust the process. We trust each other. There's never a doubt between teammates, between the coaches. It's understanding that this is going to turn around. So if you have that cohesiveness in the locker room and understand the big picture stuff, I think things are going to go your way eventually. And Trevor's always been that for me. He's trusted me, and now being a veteran on the team, I feel like I know what he wants from players, and I can project that to newcomers or guys who are feeling a bit down at times.
Talking with Maxi Rodriguez here, City Wednesday on Big D Energy. Go to debtcityfc.com, get your tickets. A tremendously difficult stretch of matches coming up for Detroit City FC in a short amount of time. They will be in USL action at Sacramento this Saturday night, and then have to fire up the engines on Tuesday night. Keyworth, Minnesota United FC, MLSI coming in for the U.S. Open Cup, Maxi. And I want to pick it up from there. DebtCityFC.com for tickets. Again, that place will be electric. Last year, you guys beat the Columbus Crew 2-1. Oh, by the way, you had 2 goals in that match. What about that night was magical in being on the call and the sold-out Keyworth Stadium as always. What are your memories from that match last year?
Still doesn't feel real that happened. People talk to me about it all the time, and it was a special night for me personally, scoring a goal, but even bigger for the club. It was such a historic moment for the original owners, for Trevor James, for the players on the field. It just solidified ourselves in history, and it's a night that I will never forget.
Hey, Mac, can you expand just on that, not even just the moment? And I get it. I'm, grateful to have had some pretty big moments in Detroit sports history myself. But talk about Keyworth. Talk about the stadium, the Northern Guard. Talk about the atmosphere, about playing there. I always try to explain, because to me what it represents as far as the heart of the city, and I've said it all along, is what Joe Louis Arena, when we had back in the 90s and 2000s, the atmosphere of what the people do. Now, it's a small version of that at Keyworth, but can you talk from a player's perspective just what the atmosphere...
Well, Maxi, you don't have a choice but to get swept into it. I mean, even when I'm down there calling a match, and I'm just calling the match, it consumes you. I would imagine as a player, you don't have a choice in that. It's going to pick you up, right?
Yeah. There's something about the imperfections of Keyworth, and how beautiful it is. And during the day, you see it empty. You're like, all right, this is a nice little stadium. It's pretty cool. You see the imperfections, but then come nighttime, when it's full, when it's packed, when it's loud, when there's fog everywhere, there's different smoke, it's beautiful, and it's such a incredible environment. And opposing players tell me all the time, look, it's not perfect, but it's amazing, and they enjoy playing against our fans and our supporters are unbelievable, and they put on an environment that you just can't replicate in a different type of stadium. So it just has a beauty to it. It's incredible to play on it every weekend, and it's full and it's exciting. And to bring an MLS team there is even better.
One last one for me, and then the people had a bunch of questions for you that they want to ask you. Put you on the spot a little bit. The U.S. Open Cup match again Tuesday night at Keyworth. Spenmo has the website there at the top of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get tickets and get out there for that one, folks. It's beyond sports. I'm telling you guys, it's not just about sports out there. It's not. That's the city. That's Detroit City out there. DeadCityFC.com. Maxi, these matches against MLS sides, is it personal for you? And I know you're about the team, and I know you want to win, and you whatever it takes to win, and I get that. But I would imagine to some degree it's personal for you. It's personal for Nate Steinwasser. It's personal for Stephen Carroll. Just go all the way down the list. At some point, is it a little bit personal for you? I'll give you an out. Is it a little bit personal?
In a sense, I think you look at our roster, and it's built on guys that have always had to prove something, have chip on their shoulders, guys who weren't drafted, didn't go to big universities, played on academy teams that weren't very good like mine. So we've always had a chip on our shoulder. These MLS teams come, and they're at a high level, and you always want to compete against the highest level. And for people to tell us at times that we weren't good enough for that level, then you take it a little bit personal when you play against them. So it's always exciting to play against the highest level of opposition, to test yourself as athletes. And that's what you always want to do is compete against the best and see if, hey, can I handle that, or am I going to fold? So it's always exciting.
All right, we got some questions for you here from the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dave Schultz wants to know, question for Maxi, with the long-ass USL season. It is a long-ass season.
Very long.
When the season is done, how many days do you take off? Do you start working out for the next season?
So it's changed over time. Obviously, I'm getting a little older now, and I can feel the 10-month season a little bit more in the legs. Also, I don't think I was ever a consistent starter until I was maybe 25, 26 years old. So I never felt the being exhausted after every game or feeling that 10-month season. So now I usually take about 2 to 3 weeks off of doing completely nothing, but I'll still feel guilty because I want to eat that pizza, want to have that ice cream, so I'll go out for a run just so I can earn that ice cream.
Well,
it's a 10-month season.
10-month season, yeah.
Very long.
This thing goes till October, Spenmo.
Good Lord.
Well,
What do you think it was like winning cups?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this weekend alone, they go to Sacramento Saturday night. Minnesota United's coming in Tuesday night of the MLS. And then next Saturday, Tampa Bay Rowdies are coming into Keyworth, like the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
That's a grind.
That's 3 matches in 7 days, man. And that was a great segue because Dave Schultz, John Lord wants to know, what's your favorite cheat meal?
Man, there's many. There's many. It's usually dessert, and it's tough because I can have healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, but it's that craving that you have after dinner, and it's something sweet, and it's usually ice cream.
Yeah.
Usually ice cream. Maybe make cookies, put ice cream sandwich.
Oh, yeah. No wonder he's my favorite.
I get bad when it comes to ice cream.
I love it.
Yeah, this guy, you don't be around this guy for an extended period of time because that's how he operates, man. Should have seen his breakfast this morning.
I eat dessert first.
And last.
And last.
Make sure you have room for dessert.
I got a quick question, Maxi.
Yeah.
I'm always wondered. Who is your favorite soccer player, guy that you watched growing up, or somebody that you admired?
So it was always Messi, but I never saw myself in the way he played, so it was tough. So there's guys, mostly it was I looked up to a lot of Mexican American players. A guy we actually played. He played against at RGV. His name was Gringo Torres, which is someone that I looked up to. But a Mexican player I looked up to was Andres Guardado, and he was an absolute warrior. Still playing to this day. I think he's had a 20 to 25 year career.
Wow.
But he's just a warrior in the midfield, wins tackles, but can play the ball. He's got long curly hair, so that helps as well. But he was always a guy that I looked at and modeled my game after.
Real quick, last one here from the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. John wants to know, does Maxi prefer to play the 6 defensive mid or the 10 attacking mid? I think he's our best player at both positions.
To be honest, I never saw myself as anything other than a 6 before Trevor was my coach. And I think he's given me the confidence to go forward, trust myself in the attacking third, and I still think I'm growing at that position. I don't think I'm just a 6 because sometimes I lack the discipline to just stay in there because I get too excited and I just want to fly forward. So I think in between, like an 8, is kind of my perfect position.
All right, well, Maxi, we certainly do appreciate your time. Last one here, Ronald Galang says, city till I die. So I think that's a good spot to leave it off at. And you guys are up against it this whole week of matches. But I know on Tuesday night when Minnesota United out of MLS come into town, you're going to have about 7,000 extra players that night.
Yeah,
so
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
That's going to be real in there, man.
That's the place to be downtown.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Max.
All right,
thanks
Maxi Rodriguez, everybody here of
there
Detroit
it is.
City FC coming in on his day off, too. And that's premium real estate right now in their lives. Go to debtcityfc.com, get tickets, and get in there. Hey, but you want to look good before you roll out the keyword.
Did you see that salad? That was primo salad on Maxi Rodriguez. Even he knows to walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not 1, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars. 1 for you, 1 for your wife, or your girlfriend, or best bud. Whatever you decide, they're yours. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Well, tomorrow is 4/20 to some
Really,
of us a
D-Man?
national holiday. So I'm not saying that they're starting to see it through my lenses around here, but if you want an option and want to know, how about tomorrow? Come celebrate 4/20 with Michigan's first ever cannabis mall. If you haven't seen it, it's unbelievable. Dispo Romeo off of 32 Mile in Van Dyke, up in the Neal area, up in the Two Furnace land. So Woodward Sports shows, we're going to broadcast all our shows tomorrow. Yes, everyone. The morning show, Big D Energy, the bottom line, and the heavyweights. You're also going to have unbeatable deals, and you could win a chance for a trip to Hawaii. Dispo Romeo is the ultimate destination, so Dispo Romeo, join us tomorrow, 32 Mile in Van Dyke. I'm stoked. Not scared.
Back at it here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Big thank you to Maxi Rodriguez, Jared Mackey from Detroit City FC as well for setting it up. We're doing it all season long, all the way till October. Spenmo couldn't believe that one. But yeah, that's how long this season is. Just some reaction to it. Lewis M says, I can't wait to make a trip to Michigan and catch my first home game at Keyworth. Lewis M, when you come into town, hit me up on a DM. I'll get your ticket set up for you, man. That's awesome. When you come through, I'll get your tickets set up. But yeah, Tuesday, D-Mac, let's slide out.
Let's go.
All right, let's slide out, boys. We gotta get out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me know if you guys are down to roll.
What time?
It's 7:30, Matt.
Oh yeah.
Catch up, right?
Oh yeah.
You can catch up and catch up.
Oh yeah. I'll be down for sure.
I very rarely do I get the chance to do that, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm doing it.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, 100%. So excited for that to all break out. But
Sam,
yeah,
you're invited too.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. I assumed all along, but
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I said
No, I invited you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a group outing, of course.
Mike G says Detroit City FC season is longer than Maz's bowling league. That's accurate.
That is accurate. 10 months. That's
a long time.
That is a long time.
Real cream of wheat.
They're underpaid.
Real cream of wheat. Can I stay at your mansion when I come visit Detroit? No, you cannot. No, because you like cream of wheat.
Unless you know how to fix a furnace.
We'll keep you on retainer.
Yeah.
And then you can come in and do the work, and then you have to leave expeditiously. Yeah. So yeah, that is all going down, and it is certainly a very good time out there. And I did want to touch on it just real quickly. You know, the Tigers have won 5 in a row. They're 7-9.
World Series bound.
And I'm going to take the credit.
Just walk off after walk off after walk off.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you, Neal.
I believe that clip last week of me talking about the Tigers made the rounds around the locker room, the front office of the Detroit Tigers, D-Mac, and it was a call to action, and we saw action. No, I'm just kidding. I do want to talk about this, though, just real quickly. A.J. Hinch laid it down, right? Benched Javi Baez, took him out of the game.
Took him into the tunnel.
And took him out of the game. And sat him down. Well, D-Mac.
I know, Neal, in this day
No,
and age,
but the talk was starting.
I'm just thinking back to how Scotty used to do. Like, I mean, times have changed. I get it. But he took accountability, or he did. You know, it looked like he was trying to do something. And it looks like it worked.
And that's it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, because we were starting to hear the A.J. Hinch slander around town.
Yeah.
And you guys know I have very definitive lines of where I am with the Tigers. I have my Scott Harris line, and I have my Al Avila line, because they're both still intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still accurate to talk about that. There will be no Miguel Cabrera slander when I'm here, and there will be no A.J. Hinch slander. There will not be, because he has done everything that you can do with this, D-Mac. That's my point. And I want that on the record out there, that A.J. Hinch made people be accountable.
Turn a blind eye. He
made people be accountable.
Yes, and it sort of turned it around. So he, was doing things what me as a Tigers fan expected, as A.J. Hinch being the manager that I expect he is, a good manager, right? A better manager, one of the better managers in the league. That's what they do. They know their players, and he stepped in at the right moment. It seems to have affected him in a positive way. Yeah, I mean, I'm as surprised as anybody, but the truth is that, the proof's in the pudding. And at the end of the day, I mean, you saw the pictures of Comerica Park.
Yeah.
Like the emptiness. So if they start filling up, then people will
There were reports that there were like 120 people at the game yesterday.
269 was the first game attendance, I believe.
Somebody counted it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
because you can count the 269.
Yeah.
So the people will speak if they believe it's different. If you prove it here in Detroit, then they'll show up. So, I mean, that's pretty dismal to look at a Major League Baseball game and it looked, it was crazy.
But see,
especially in Detroit.
This is what I'm talking about, though. And Brandon Katz says Hinch doesn't hold players accountable. The Tigers clubhouse is garbage, and he just benched Baez for PR reasons. No, Brandon. What else can he do? That's all he can do, because you're confusing the clubhouse with the roster. You see what I'm saying when you make that comparison there? What is he supposed to do with this? And you know who's the biggest benefactor of this 5-game winning streak? Spencer Torkelson's the biggest benefactor of this winning streak right now.
What's he hitting?
Because Spencer Torkelson right now is hitting 222.
Okay, that's better. What's Riley Green hitting?
Riley Green is hitting 262. Now, he has struck out 23 times in 65 at-bats, but he gets a pass to me because he hit the ball over the fence yesterday, and it won the game.
Supplied the only run of the game.
The only run of the game, because it was 31 degrees outside. Oppo. Absolutely. It was impressive.
It was a great swing.
It was very much impressive.
Yeah, Verling saved a home run, too.
And how about that, too? Isn't that weird that arguably your best players in this stretch have been what? Maton's had big
for
hits.
Sure,
he had a stretch at the beginning where he was bad. Vierling made a big play. He got benched as well.
Yeah, so did Haas.
Scott Harris, guys.
Well, isn't that weird? Like, he comes in and like makes one trade and brings two dudes in here that were kind of afterthoughts in Philadelphia, and they're like, if not, they're in your top 5 of players you have.
Yes.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that.
So I'll ask the question, what's this mean? Does this mean that this is just a fluke, enjoy it while it lasts? Is it like the Red Wings before Ottawa dismantled them when we thought we had playoff hopes? Or is this or are they figuring out a way? Or is it, or are they something that we didn't see?
In the end,
are you intrigued?
It took a 5-game winning streak for them to get on the pace to get right at their over-under win total.
Well, irrelevant.
You know?
Where are you at? They won 5 in a row. I mean, Sam, where are you at? Like, does it get your attention? Does it bring you back there? Does it go, oh, I got to get down there and see him? Does it make you go, oh, You know, it's like, is it like the neighbor got a new girlfriend? I mean, I don't know. Like, you just look over, oh, that's a new girl.
Well, it made me feel better about it in that maybe they won't lose 115 games like I thought they were going to. Maybe they'll just lose 100.
I just wonder does it change anything?
I mean,
no.
Here's the thing. It's a 5-game winning streak. That's not something you can just turn your nose up at. And, you know,
see, I agree.
I mean, it was one of the wins was at Toronto. A couple of them were against Cleveland, a team that has consistently been the Tigers' nemesis, at least since the Tigers have been bad. I'm not saying that they're going to be contenders or anything, but I think there's a chance that you see some progress this year instead of just being another terrible 100-win season. I could see them hitting their over, getting to 70.
I think that's a bit aggressive, but you know, whatever. Okay, that's semantics. So like that's a very fine line to be talking about. All I can say is the new GM in the only card that he had to play seems like it's trending like it's going to come through. Like Maton and Vierling can play,
and that's why we should be more encouraged by that, because Scotty Harris, as I've said many times before, had a track record of building that San Francisco Giants team, which had the best record in all of baseball in 2021. And it already looks like, with Maton and Vierling, that he's made a couple moves, or a move that is positive, which Alavila never did.
Let's see what Scott Harris is going to do and who he's. Wait till he talks and wait till he says something.
I didn't want to jump the gun, and I don't, but you see me working right now. The one trade he makes is better than any trade Alavila ever made.
And it's two guys that are not like drilled into one thing. Like, they can do a lot of different things. They're good defensively. They can run on the base pass. They can hit with power. Like, it's not just, he's only an average guy, or he's just a
Don't
threat.
let one of these two guys be the Tigers representative in the All-Star game. You guys won't be able to handle me.
Kerry Carpenter might be on that list. He's been playing well too.
Don't let it happen.
Yeah.
Don't let Nick Maton be the Tigers All-Star representative.
That'd be awesome.
Why?
You know why, D-Mac. You know why.
He'd dig up Avila's grave.
Oh, 100%. 100%. During the darkest of night. With just a lantern, an oil-powered lantern.
I'll tell you what, if Erod keeps pitching like that, it's going to be him. His stuff was nasty yesterday.
It was. I mean, again, 38-degree day or whatever it was. A doubleheader. They had a couple days off. The rotation lined up right where they could pitch their main dudes in back-to-back games in a doubleheader. And the Guardians had to bring in some dude to pitch. You know, but it lined up right. But hey, whatever. They played the games, man. You got to win them. They won them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I just wanted to touch on it. So there it is. Got to get ramped up for this draft again. Yes, we're going to do NFL draft talk when we come back. Let me tell you about Cintron here first, the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. They have a special offer for Woodward sports fans. Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. You get the Red Wings 6-pack sampler, $15, free shipping, guys. Like, that's what it is. $15, free shipping to your door. If you're the one person out there that watches Woodward Sports that hasn't tried Cintron yet, here's the avenue. drinkcintron.com/Woodward. You can try the great tasting Cranberry Classic or sugar-free. You know what? Why wait? Go to drinkcintron.com/Woodward. It's Cintron, the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, Darren McCarty.
Live it. Love it with Cintron.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Are you feeling tired, depressed, unmotivated? Do you have low sex drive, muscle loss, maybe the belly fat's piling up as well? Testosterone optimization therapy is a safe, effective way to restore your vitality, confidence, performance, and reduce your risk for heart disease as well. Visit CustomHealthCenters.com today or give them a call, 877-965-0910 or CustomHealthCenters.com. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name's Neal Ruhl. That guy's Darren McCarty. He's back in the fold. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Subscribe to the podcast.
Five-star.
What's that?
5-star reviews.
5-star reviews.
I'm a 5-star man.
Spotify, Spreaker. Give the podcast a rating that Michigan's recruiting base cannot. Ooh. Give it a 5-star, right? Right, Sam Flannel?
I mean, that basketball class coming in next year isn't looking so good, but, football, Jaden Davis, 5-star, 2024. Will Johnson and J.J. McCarthy, also 5 stars on the team next year. Just because you don't have as many as Alabama, Clemson, and Georgia doesn't mean you can't get them.
Was Donovan Edwards a 5-star?
He was not a 5-star.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he should have been.
Beast.
Yeah, the guy's a monster. He's going to be great in the NFL.
100% he is. Like, Blake Corum's back next year, right?
Yes.
No, I mean, like, physically.
Probably,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was a UCL or?
It was. Oh shoot! I don't know exactly what it was.
I don't think it's going to be anything that'll take him.
I don't think so
through the season to recover from. No, he should be good.
I know who my dude is if I'm Michigan, but
yeah, I'd still.
Cat's going to be a star.
I'd
man.
Still give it to Donovan Edwards.
Yeah.
No, just a quick little hot take about Donovan Edwards, which I don't even know if sounds like a hot take to you. I think he might be drafted about where Bijan is this year in the next draft. It wouldn't shock me.
That's a little aggressive.
Okay. That is a little aggressive.
Fair enough.
But hey, it's that season for Sam Flannel.
But it's consistent.
Yeah, he's warming up the engines. He's going to work his way up to the J.J. McCarthy Heisman
favorite. Can you have 3 guys in New York for the Heisman on the same team?
They're going to next year.
I don't know. I think Corum and Edwards might cancel each other out.
They'll both go with
Corum,
J.J.
Edwards, and McCarthy at the podium?
Yeah.
They're not all
3-way tie.
One of them will. I will personally guarantee that right now.
Who do you think it will
personal guarantee.
I think it's going to...
Dude, come on. Hey, whoa. He just gave a personal guarantee. There's got to be some torture on the end of that if he's not right.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you're not right, Sam, I'm going to figure out some spicy wings or something like that. They're the hot chip challenge.
The hot chip challenge.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You heard it. Yeah. Hot chip challenge. If Blake Corum, I'll give you Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, or J.J. McCarthy are not in New York, hot chip challenge next draft day.
I like it.
Right in front of everybody.
Oh, in front of Detroit draft day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the draft's in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ooh, I hope I'm right so bad.
There it is. Boom. Mark it.
I'll have the milk for you on
Mark
standby.
it. Will you please mark that on? Okay, I'm going to write that down. You got it. Got it.
Who do you think it'll be, though, out of the 3? This isn't a stip, like an addition to the bet. I just want to. I think it'll be Donovan Edwards. It should be Donovan Edwards.
I would probably say JJ just because I think the running back stat. I think they'll both get 1,000 yards.
Well, and he had 40 passing touchdowns last year too, right? JJ McCarthy.
No, he had about the same.
30.
He had the same amount as Stetson Bennett did. Just for the
30?
record, he had 22.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett going to New York was a travesty. It would have been Blake Corum if he didn't get hurt.
Absolutely.
It probably still should have been Blake Corum, honestly. Stetson Bennett there was a joke.
Yep.
But
I mean, two-time SEC championship MVP, 2-time national champion quarterback.
Heisman is an individual award.
How are those defenses, Neal?
Yeah.
Look at all those first-round draft picks.
I was told Michigan's defense was as good, if not better.
Nobody said they were as good as Georgia. Nobody
That's
said
what I was
that.
told.
Nobody said that.
Look at the. No, I was told. Look at the Big Ten numbers. Look at how they racked up tackles for losses against Rutgers. I was told that. Remember the rankings? You guys gave me the rankings all the time. The number one scoring defense. The number one yardage defense. Remember your words.
I didn't say that they were better. I said their rankings were comparable. It's the
Oh,
same.
I'm sorry, I got confused.
It's the same argument as Blake Corum versus Bijan Robinson. When Blake Corum was healthy, his stats were about on par, but I never said that he was a better back. I knew that Bijan was the best back.
All I can do is go by what I'm told, Sam Flannel.
Rankings and being as good are not the same thing. I'm just saying.
But that's not the way you framed it.
They were
going into the playoff when you're like, we have a chance to win the national title here.
Of course, and I thought
their
that they
defense
did.
is on equal footing.
It's on equal footing. The rankings were comparable. That's a different story.
Okay.
That's a different story.
I'd like to say it would be JJ that would be in New York, but I just don't think he's not going to have the stats. He doesn't need to.
That's a good.
You don't need JJ McCarthy to throw the ball more than 20 times a game until you play Ohio State.
What type of one-chip challenge hot chips are there? They're like the one, this is going to be so good. I told Lentz already to put it on the wall in the back. Oh. This is going to be such a good sweat. We're all going to sweat this. And it'll be awesome to see Sam. Hey, you know what? He's going to, I know how it's going to play out. About this time next year, he's going to be looking for a greasy buyout in some sort of way.
Greasy.
But it'll be punishable. So get along. It's on account.
I'm grabbing a video from my phone right now that I have saved and will forever have saved in my phone because it's my favorite video of all time.
Is it a pain?
It is the last time a Woodward Sports employee was supposed to do the one-chip challenge and what resulted from it.
Oh, yes.
This is the greatest video of all time.
Oh, it is? Well, you know what? What do I always tell everybody about karma? Sam, just for the people. Because I have to bring it to the people in the city at draft day and stuff like this. It's such a monumental event. You can make you a star again. Oh, this is going to be good, Neal.
All right, I got the video.
All right, let me see this. I want to see what Sam Flannel could be in for. They're going to win the chip, so it doesn't matter.
It did not happen, is the thing. It was supposed to happen, but it did not happen.
So somebody tapped out of accountability?
Hold on a sec.
All right.
What they say doesn't bother me. No man can never make me feel any type of way for not doing what they want me to do.
You're a bitch.
So,
Does that work?
Huh?
Does that work?
About your beautiful mother, but she's a lovely lady, so I'm not going to say anything.
That doesn't faze
Watch
me.
your
Say
mouth.
whatever you want.
Watch your
5
mouth. Watch
seconds.
your mouth, sis. If I come in there and I throw you through that fucking glass.
3.
That's
All
fine.
right.
Do it.
The history.
Oh
There
my
he is,
God, dude.
our very own Joink Bell.
Yeah.
That is the greatest. I love Fish so much.
I do too.
The balls. Joik is such a massive human being. Still
works out at an NFL level.
One of his legs is twice the size of Fish, and Fish just with the balls of steel to
Right
say
into
that.
the eye of the storm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Alex Merrill. Why does Michigan get so many strays, Neal? You just bring them up to mess with Sam, LOL. All I'm doing is saying what I was told. Was I not told that by you?
By which particular one?
About the Michigan defense on equal footing with the Georgia defense. You were giving me reasons why they could win the national title. Were you not?
I was giving them reasons because you should expect to win if you get in.
And my retort to that was, well, the difference is you play Illinois and Rutgers and go to Northwestern, Minnesota. You go down the list. That's where you build up these numbers, and you all play them at home every single week. That's where you build up these numbers from. And I said, they're fugazi. They're fake numbers. And you said, no. The rankings are the same. The defense is in the conversation. And then you got outpaced and gave up almost 50 to TCU.
Well, Georgia, I always thought that they were the number one defense. But to your point, Neal, that's why that TCU loss was so damaging. Because I can't, there's nothing I can say. They blew it. They gave up 37.
And I gave you reasons where I said they're going to outpace them. They play at the 8th best pace in America in terms of plays per game. They get things cooking.
Sure.
That's it.
I mean, TCU put up 37, and then J.J. McCarthy gave him an additional 14. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible loss. But even despite all that, Michigan still should have won that game if they wouldn't have thrown 2 pick sixes and had 2 empty possessions inside the TCU 2. Worst day of my life.
MSU Detroit fan, you can have the best defense in the country when you play Bowling Green, UNLV, and East Carolina at home.
And that's fair. That's fine. But
then you will take that and say, see, they're in the same water as Georgia.
I'm never going to say they're in
you
the same
will do
water.
it. The Michigan apologists will do it. And then people won't come into work after they lose.
I wonder if anybody in the chat thread's ever done the chip challenge. What's their experience?
I've eaten a raw ghost pepper before.
How'd that go?
I threw up a lot. It was awful. We did it it was a team dinner before one of our football games, and my friend's dad grew them. And so we were all biting them, and I got the first bite of a fresh pepper. So all the juices, all the seeds, and just... We got because it was like in the townhouses, a place by my house, in the clubhouse. People were like complaining because they thought we were all drunk. But there's like 6 dudes out there just...
No, dude, we were just shooting ghost chili peppers. It
was terrible. It was terrible.
God, it's like, man, I would never eat that. I would want to eat good stuff instead.
Yeah, it was an awful feeling. And if you want to eat good stuff, if you don't want to experience what I experienced, you just got to go to Cousins Bay Lobster because they got good stuff for sale every single day. Because Cousins Bay Lobster brings you the best of the Maine Coast to Detroit. Try the variety of sweet, succulent Maine lobster menu items and their 2 food trucks rolling around the city. You can find their events scheduled on cousinsbainlobster.com, or where you can easily order ahead and earn rewards. You can also scan that QR code right there and figure out where they are rolling around the city. So make sure you guys check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Can't get enough Woodward sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, it still is 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Yes, Homo sapiens, real flesh and blood people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. They even care about the legend killer, Sam Flannel, and flannel protection. Because how many straight days of flannel protection has it been, Sam?
258.
258 straight days of flannel protection. If you have something business or personal that is as important to you as his flannel is to him, please give Guardian Alarm a call. The number, 1-800.
Stay out of the second round of the playoffs, Trae Young.
Stay out of New York, potential Heisman candidates from Michigan. I want to see Sam eat a chip.
Stay out of the number 6 draft pick cornerbacks.
All righty, Guardian
Unless someone
Alarm.
else picks it.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts, Sound Big D Energy. We sent you.
All right, we are back at it and pushing Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, D-Mac, Darren McCarty back in the house. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. And, will Sam Flannel have to eat the chip? That is out there right now on the woodwardsports.com chat poll. In our, just trying to see what will happen Will a Wolverine be in New York for the Heisman next year? I don't see how J.J. McCarthy can. He threw 42 touchdowns last year.
He threw 22.
Oh, 22. I was told he was going to break the all-time Michigan record.
He almost did,
I thought that was this
unfortunately.
year.
22 is the all-time Michigan record?
No, I think it's 25.
25?
It's either 25 or 26. Elvis Gerback did it. It's not good, I know.
Wow.
He'll do it this year.
Man, I don't know why you guys haven't been able to cash in a national championship.
97. I know that wasn't this century, so I know it doesn't. It's
Standard definition, huh?
That's
Like you
true.
watch that game in standard definition.
Shoot, I was like 6 years old. So.
Man, I don't want to think about the times before HD.
No, definitely VHS tape.
All right, real quick. I'm calling an audible here on the show sheet. I just want to spin this by everybody.
254.
Yeah, Omaha. The Athletic did a mock draft with like media personalities. And Anthony Richardson was available when the Lions picked number 18. Not number 6, number 18. And I just kind of cross-compared it as I went across the landscape. Jordan Reed from ESPN did his top 379 prospect rank. You know, now is the season. Everyone does their full 7-round mock.
Well, there's a week left.
Yeah, there's a week left. Get in all that content you lined up. Get it out there now. And I'm seeing this around town. And I asked the question, D-Mac, while you were gone. Because a cornerback is the betting favorite to be the number 6 pick in the NFL draft.
Spoon.
Okay,
Devin
but
Witherspoon.
But the number 6 pick doesn't have to be your Detroit Lions.
Not necessarily, but it is the betting favorite to be the pick right now. And are we comfortable? And I asked everyone.
I'm more comfortable seeing that if that's the case, if that is the 100% of it, then we're not picking there. Then we've traded out of it.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
So
It could be,
are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with the Lions taking a cornerback at 6?
a cornerback?
Yes. Cornerback.
Again, Stoked not scared. Is Brad Holmes is going to open up? You know what? I want a puppy. I might get a kitty. I mean,
and that's
it's
fair.
The fact that it's Santa.
And that's where I am too. I don't like it, and I went over the financial reasons as to why. Because he would come in and be paid as much as C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Okay.
I don't like committing that resource.
But okay. But in saying
and that's fair.
But in saying that, are you not 100% sure that Brad Holmes knows the exact same information that you do if he was drafting that?
Of course.
So then it's his decision to make it, and it would be one of those, maybe I would look at it more of on a, and I know it's not the likelihood, but more on the Sauce Gardner generational player. That's why he picked the guy that high, or how he fits in. If it's a Witherspoon, the way he fits in with Kirby Joseph because they played together at Illinois. Either or. I trust Brad Holmes. You know, I'm comfortable.
Absolutely,
I'm comfortable no matter what it is. Whatever it is.
So let me throw this one at you.
But to be honest, I that's not my first choice. If you're asking me my personal choice, no, I wouldn't do it, but I don't have to.
Here's where I think we sit right now. I think that the Cardinals are gonna take Will Anderson. I think that. Like the talk about trade and all that kind of stuff, I'm not buying it.
They're not taking a quarterback. That's for damn sure.
Sure. I think that they're gonna do the Will Anderson bit. I think Seahawks are going to take Jalen Carter. Those are the two absolutes that I know. Carolina obviously will take a quarterback to start.
Do you think so? You're telling me right now you think that Will Levis and Anthony Richardson are going to be available at 6, right?
Yes.
And so if that's the case, doesn't it seem more that you would move out of that pick?
If Tyree Wilson's gone too, then yeah. But here's the problem, D-Mac, and I brought this up yesterday. Like everyone's like, well, trade out. If you don't want the pick,
no, but I would say that somebody behind you wants a quarterback. Or if they don't, then you're gonna probably if that's it might not be the number one scenario, right? Plan A. This might be B or C. But if it's Witherspoon or if it's Gonzalez or if it's somebody else that they decide is the best available and puts them ahead, then that's cool.
Because I don't think it's a no-brainer, and I don't know that Arizona will get the chance to take Will Anderson. Because I'm starting to think it's not a certainty that Houston's going to take a quarterback. Houston could take Will Anderson. And then I think the Cardinals would react accordingly and probably take Tyree Wilson.
Houston said they don't love any quarterback other than Bryce Young.
You see what I'm starting to get that feeling, guys.
But also, I'd be extremely, extremely surprised if Houston didn't take a quarterback.
See, I would. There was a time where I would be that way.
So my question,
but I'm not like that anymore.
My question: take me inside of Allen Park, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, all their conversations. How many different scenarios do you have? 3 or 4?
Neal gave me a nightmare scenario
3
yesterday.
or 4? No, 3 or 4. You're going to go through. They're going to go through every different scenario, what teams do ahead, whether they can, whatever, like this. It'll be interesting to find out what scenario they had to go with, right? Because I believe, and we all believe here, right, is as the draft progresses, where does Brad Holmes' cream rises, right? In the later round. So we're not worried about that. It's how everything falls at the beginning and how they react or act to certain situations. I just wonder if anybody, how many different scenarios. Maybe that's a question that Gabby can ask is do you go in with different game plans? You have 4 or 5 and it says 10, 0, 1, whatever. Go screw yourself. I don't know.
I'm just not
bricked up and cream rising.
Yeah. I'm just not convinced that Houston's going to take a quarterback. And that's going to be the thing.
And if you're not convinced, I don't think Detroit's convinced.
Yeah.
Whoever it is there, it's all the different scenarios. Smoke
and that
mirrors,
is the
right?
thing that could really...
Oh, what? By the way, why, Neal? Tell them why. Because Houston has what? Maybe some credibility and capability running the show now?
Well, yeah.
As a coach or somebody who can do the job. Right, you respect the job that the front office can do, and not only that, or DeMarco or their coach.
And they have 3 of the first 33 picks.
Right. So do you we all agree here from conversations that Houston could be the worst to first team? That means that they have that the people are capable in that organization of drafting with what they have and the weapons that they have at their disposal. Right.
Yeah, but it is. It's my concern that when we hear Houston make that pick, if it's not a quarterback,
would you ever be concerned if they weren't capable? If this was Bob Quinn in Detroit or whatever, would you be concerned? What I'm saying is that the credibility.
No, I'm not saying it's over for the Lions or anything like that.
The credibility to Houston in their front office now and the changes they've made make you skeptical that they're not just going after a quarterback, that it could be Will Anderson.
Right.
That they're playing the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And if this was Bob Quinn in years past picking at Houston's pick, you'd already know what he'd pick.
And what if you were a Houston fan? Spenma, what if you were a Houston fan? Could I sell you on Will Anderson and Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Davis Mills gets a lot better.
Yeah, especially next year. I mean, if it doesn't work out, you got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Quinn Ewers. You got a good crop of quarterbacks coming out.
It makes sense. And then the Cardinals go to Tyree Wilson, and then the Seahawks take Jalen Carter, and then there you are. But again,
then
for
the
me,
Lions are. God.
You sound scared.
I'm scared of that. That is an awful scenario.
Scared.
I'm not interested in a cornerback at 6.
Okay.
I am at 12 or 10
you know what? I'm not
or 11.
either unless Brad Holmes tells me I am. That's the bottom line. That's the Stoked part. So, scaredy cats. Somebody's.
Yeah, it's just, for me, man, the Houston Texans are the one that could really throw this thing into, because we just assumed that they were going to do the quarterback route. Mm-hmm. We just assumed, right?
Yeah.
You were going to get one of them. And
they got Daddy Longneck.
You do have Daddy Longneck. But I have the critical question for you guys. And it's something that there wasn't a lot of feasibility to it before, but I think it's becoming more and more feasible by the second. First, I'll give you the reasons why, and then I want the reaction to it. Because it's the only way you can convert me to your camp. And there's a lot of them around here at Woodward, but it's the only way you can convert me to your camp. After I tell you about Strawberry Fest, because it's back Big Boy, everybody. Try the classic breakfast items, the strawberry hot cakes. Spenma would smash those.
Yes, I
or
would.
the mouth-watering red velvet waffle. You got to pick one. Which one?
Waffle over pancakes any day of the week. Yeah, waffles.
Team waffle,
Yeah.
all the way. Especially red velvet waffle. Are you kidding me?
Waffles are way better than pancakes.
No doubt. Hey, maybe you're not a breakfast guy. That's cool. Or gal. Get the strawberry bacon chicken wrap. I had it last Strawberry Fest. It slapped, as my son would say. Cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad as well. Don't forget about the dessert. DMAC never does, including the berry delicious classic strawberry pie. The strawberry pie is the one that invented the Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. You can get deep fried vanilla Oreos. DMAC will get both of them, or the strawberry fudge hot cake, or if you're DMAC or if you're DMAC and the strawberry fudge hot cake with extra whip. Get it all at Big Boy. It's Strawberry Fest, everybody. Get to your local Big Boy today.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club, get all the best deals, and beat competitors' prices by at least $5, and they have all the accessories also. The Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, Spencer Raxter's Personal Choice, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
Go to ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Find out which one of the 27 Metro Detroit locations work best for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Yeah. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Mike G says that strawberry pie at Big Boy is soft like soft feet. Yeah, probably. I guess so. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. Please leave a 5-star review
Your
as well.
palate like butterfly kisses.
Dude, D-Mac, did you see somebody in there saying their favorite is strawberry cough?
Saw that.
Yeah.
Strawberry cough's a good one.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Strawberry
leave a 5-star
Diesels,
review.
I'm a more bigger fan of.
iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast.
Show up tomorrow. We'll be out at the Dispo in Romeo.
Yeah.
Come on down. We'll talk about all of this.
Absolutely,
Free
we will.
pre-rolls.
I want to hit you guys with this question,
Hit us.
and it's going to blow your mind. And I'm referencing Jordan Reed's rankings from ESPN, and I'm seeing this around. This is just kind of what was in front of me, but I'm seeing this as a trend. People are backing off of it by the minute as we get closer to the draft, just over 1 week away. He ranked every prospect. Had Anthony Richardson ranked as the 13th best prospect in the draft. I'm seeing it falling and falling and falling. The Athletic did a media draft. Media, obviously, we don't know a lot.
Yeah.
We're not.
It was insiders, though.
Yeah, it was.
So
people that cover the team.
Yeah, they'll know.
Now, the TV guys don't know it as well as the writers do. They just don't. That's the way it is. But the Lions, when they came around to pick again, Anthony Richardson was on the board.
At 18.
Right here, right now. I give you that scenario. You pulling the trigger.
Yeah, probably.
You're going to take Anthony Richardson.
At 18?
You're stoked, not scared.
Yeah. I probably would at 18.
You'll say he'll have a better career than Jared Goff.
No, I can't say that, but for the value of his contract and what he brings to the game, quite possibly. But again, that's up to Brad Holmes and if they value him. I don't know how much they value him. They saw him more than anybody.
Yes, they did.
They saw him more. That's why they went to every single one of his home games. So at 18, I'm not sure. I like Hendon Hooker a lot. Not at 18, but in this draft. But if Anthony Richardson's there at 18,
You don't have to take quarterback.
take
Flannel.
some deep thought.
Right here, right now.
Absolutely not. Anthony Richardson to me is not a first-round quarterback. I think he was more of a media creation and a creation of his gifts and his talents and a creation of being the next Josh Allen. The reality is, in his 1 year as a starter, he completed 53.8% of his passes and had 4 games in which he completed less than 50%. If you're not accurate in college and you're not good in college, you're not going to be good in the NFL unless your name is Josh Allen. And I don't think that he is as talented of a prospect as Josh Allen was.
Doesn't have the size.
Doesn't have the size. He's got good size.
He's got size.
He's got good size, but Josh Allen is
The
an
size of
alien.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen's a unit.
And Josh Allen, a lot of people use that to justify the Anthony Richardson hype. To me, Josh Allen was the exception, not the rule. So no, I'm not taking Anthony Richardson at 18.
And
if I'm taking a
Josh
quarterback
Allen
at 18,
still
it's
hasn't
Hendon
got
Hooker.
there.
He throws a lot of picks, man.
I'm not taking him.
Josh Allen does throw a lot of
Throws a lot of interceptions.
I think there's better players that can help you in the long term. But again, like Spencer said, I liked what he said. Well, we will trust in Brad Holmes because here's the thing. If they've done the due diligence and this is their guy, okay, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's thrown almost 30 picks in the last 2 years when
Yeah.
he was like it. When he's
He's
got the
still-
huge contract. He's the dude, right? He's next.
He's
That's
also,
what I'm told.
I mean, he's a game changer. Like,
About to say, he's hit. Come on, Neal. Don't pretend he hasn't hit.
all I did was say he's thrown almost 30 interceptions the last 2 years. That's all I said.
Which
You
is true.
slandered Josh Allen a little bit. You have. He's been
It's in front of me, right? 29 picks the last 2 years.
That's fair, and that's not good.
I didn't make that up.
He's also thrown 30 more touchdown passes the last 3. So,
Okay. I didn't slander him.
And he's like Derrick Henry-esque when he runs the ball. Like,
Right.
guy's a freak.
But when you said the accuracy concerns,
Mm-hmm.
that's fair. It's fair to bring that up.
oh, when it comes to Anthony Richardson, absolutely. I would just say that Josh Allen, if Anthony Richardson becomes Josh Allen, whoever picks him will be doing backflips. They'll look like the smartest people in
Like
the
he
room.
did on his pro day.
Chris Ogdahl says, I'm just excited for the reaction when they take their pick of offensive linemen at 6. Suddenly in 2 years, they don't need to re-sign Decker and can afford to give Goff whatever contract they need to give him. Now, Chris and I are vibing right there because if everybody's gone, I'm taking Skoronski.
Chris Ogdahl is a good Michigan man.
Is he really?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Okay, very good. He's right on this one. He's absolutely right.
So what's a good Michigan man compared to a bad Michigan man?
No, it's just like we
I know
like
you have
vibe
beef
on
with Chuck,
Twitter quite
Chuck
a bit.
Brewer.
Yeah. I'm one of the good ones. Right, D-Mac? Is that what you're saying?
Nicholas Duncan.
Let the people decide, Sam. I'm just saying you're one of them.
Nicholas Duncan. Hooker at 18 over AR.
No,
I wouldn't take him at 18. I think if you're taking Hooker, you would trade back up to 31.
I am way more not interested in that. Show me the quarterback over 25 that's worked.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical,
Yeah.
especially one that's coming off an ACL.
They interviewed that guy from Fresno State. I can't remember his name. He's got.
Is that Jake Haener?
Yeah, Jake Haener. He's like obviously he would be a 6th or 7th round draft pick if not a UDFA, but he's got. I was watching his tape. He's got very good ball placement. He can make a lot of throws. He's just.
You're telling me he
6'1".
didn't have a 2.3 QBR in any game this year?
No, he did
because
not.
Anthony Richardson did. I watched every minute of it.
He did. Yes, he did.
I did watch the game. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw this box score, D-Mac. I saw the Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. I saw the aerial show. That game was so bad by these quarterbacks that the final score was 26-16. When have you ever seen a game that was 26-16? Unless the quarterbacks are awful.
Yeah, that is an ugly score.
I didn't even think about that before. That's another strike against that performance.
Yeah, 16 points is. You got to try to score 16 points.
You got and the winning team had 26.
Yeah, that's
Hey
weird.
guys, it was early in the season.
It's fair.
Okay.
He didn't look good against Florida State either. He did in the first half, but in the second half he looked bad.
So are you comfortable with that? Would you take a swing? I guess we could poll that one, right? WoodwardSports.com
for
chat
sure.
poll. Would you take a swing with on Anthony Richardson at number 18? Because I think we're all out on Will Levis, right, D-Mac? We're all out.
Yeah, none of those guys.
At 18, Will Levis?
No Levis, no Richardson, no.
I'm curious to see if the people would.
Bless you. Bless you.
I am. I'm curious to see if the people would go that way. Corey says, but Neal Richardson threw a pass that hit the rafters on his pro day.
Did.
That was a great video.
And he also did a backflip.
I miss that video.
So he needs to play at Lambeau.
Yeah.
So,
to be fair, they were playing in like an indoor soccer field. Like those ceiling was kind of low.
I will say this too, and Matthew Kruger is doing this one. I've heard a lot of Sam Flannel's people, DMAC, talk about this. Everyone's so big on CJ Stroud, but he was trash in the Michigan game, and he was great in the Georgia game.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
He was great.
He was surgical in the Georgia game.
He had the best game
against
of his
Georgia.
career.
Michigan's pressure. Michigan's scheme. They couldn't handle
Obviously, Michigan's defense is better than Georgia's.
Well, and just for the record, and you're hearing this from me, the biggest Michigan fan ever, C.J. Stroud was not bad against Michigan in 2021. He was just running for his life going against Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo.
Yeah.
He still threw for almost 400 yards and 2 touchdown passes. It's just there's only so much you can do when Aiden Hutchinson is pressuring you 15 times. I'm not putting that on Stroud. Last year, though, Stroud did not do enough. And that was the home game that they needed to win. Stroud did not do enough in that game, but he made up for it to some extent with that phenomenal performance.
If their field goal kicker makes a kick, he's a legend because they win a national title.
He led the game-winning drive. It's just the kicker shanked it.
He also, at the beginning of that Michigan game, it looked like he was going to go off. I remember the first couple drives from Ohio State, they were moving the ball. I texted Flannel. I was like, what's your worry level at? And he was like, 7 out of 10, of course. But, I mean, obviously, the rest is history. Michigan dominated, but he was great in that Georgia game. I like Stroud as a pro prospect.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, would you take a swing on AR-15 at pick number 18? 65% DMAC say no. So roughly 2 or 3 people say no. I wanted to get the temperature of the people. I thought it was going to be close to 50-50.
Yeah.
No.
I really did.
We're not for it. It's on the plan. We're stoked.
He's fallen out of favor.
He's not falling out of favor. I just don't think he's the right guy at the right time for what we're going. But we'll find out. We could have been sitting here going, well, I guess, they hit it all along and this was their guy. We'll see.
How you we starting to get the butterflies at all? We're a week out.
I'm so excited.
I got no butterflies, dude. I'm just
want it to be
I'm just
here.
so excited to see what we're getting.
Yeah, that's what
unwrapping my presents. I want to see the
it.
shenanigans. Because here's the one thing, Neal, is I'm pretty confident on. Somebody's going to do something stupid, and it's not going to be us.
Yeah.
We could actually capitalize on that. Somebody's stupidity for once.
Rack says Stroud still had 350 yards and 2 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage against Michigan. It was the 2 picks that hurt him
He also made
so
a
much.
nasty throw to Marvin Harrison Jr. in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that was nice.
Beautiful throw.
All right, what about this? Because I know Spenmo's answer to this. What about this, D-Mac? Can I interest you in this one? If Stroud's available at 6, I'd think about it, but he's not going to have wide receivers that open on Sunday. That's from Corey Berry. You interested at all in Stroud if he's there at 6?
Oh, that's a different conversation.
Oh.
Absolutely different conversation. We're talking about, Stroud. To me, Stroud and Young are the 2, sort of NFL quarterbacks out there and I would seriously, like, if that happened, you put that question up, I'd probably take him.
I'd take Stroud too.
I knew Spenmo would.
Yeah, no, I think that's a whole different conversation, and it puts you in a different situation.
All right, but before we go to the break, then
I think CJ Stroud's the most
Spenmo sees it
NFL
already, pulling the poll down.
Yeah.
If Stroud's available at 6, do you take a swing with him? I want the room's temperature gauge on the quarterback thing. Sam Flannel, you doing it?
I think so. It would obviously.
See, I'm not.
It would obviously depend on if Jalen Carter and Will Anderson were there at that point. But if Stroud is available, I'm assuming they are not. I would take a swing on Stroud at 6 because I think him and Bryce Young are 2 franchise-changing quarterbacks. You get him on a rookie deal. It's kind of like getting a gift. Do you want to receive the gift or do you want to re-gift it? I would take the gift of C.J. Stroud.
But I was told he stinks.
I never said that.
Oh.
I've never once said that.
It was just your people.
He was bad in one game this year against Ohio State. He was obviously bad against Northwestern, but there was a bunch of wind. I've always respected C.J. Stroud. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in Ohio State history. One of the few that could translate to being a good pro.
I agree with that.
I'm saying that on the record.
If you want professional insurance, what's the play there?
Swiss, obviously, because be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shot and you won't be disappointed. Email them at smartmark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Coming down the stretch of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty back in the fold. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. We'll be up in Romeo on location tomorrow, D-Mac. I know you're hyped. At the Dispo. We will be up there.
32 Mile Van Dyke. It's like a mall. It's a cannabis mall. First of its kind in Michigan.
Coconut
Can't wait.
mall.
I'll be there. Butt cracker dog.
He'll be ready to roll.
I'm going to be on Big D too. I'll be TDing.
Oh, you're back out? You're out there.
Because
you're doing your show
be there
too.
too.
Heavyweights are going to be out there too.
We get you on remote tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, I know.
That is different. We will be we're at 32 Mile.
Yep.
We'll be about a half a mile away from the highest point in Macomb County, by the way.
Nice.
Because I live out Washington Township way. We lord over everybody else.
Is it supposed to be nice tomorrow?
Probably not. Oh, no. Tomorrow's third. Yeah, it's going to be 81.
We hitting 9 after the show?
I wish. I got to do softball for ESPN Plus after.
Yeah.
I got to skate out of there real quick. But yeah, I came across this yesterday as well on social media. I saw some people, D-Mac, and it was a small group of people, that a little displeased with how the rug was pulled out from under Steve Yzerman, how Steve Yzerman pulled the rug out from under some of the players last year, about they were in the mix. And
wait, what?
I saw a post on social media yesterday.
From who?
From flipping through Facebook. I forget. I didn't grab
from
it.
A person or
no? It was like a media entity or whatever.
Like a hockey guy.
Yes, it was like a hockey site. I forget which site. But anyway,
this already sounds.
The crux of the story. The people were talking about it say, hey, I was a little disappointed that they kind of folded up their tent and went home when the Red Wings, were in the mix. And I gave Steve Yzerman the credit, as did you, to say, look, at no point were we a serious playoff threat. Everything is on track, as we talked about, from opening night, where I said, all right, eye test. They look like an NHL team. All the way through. We had a week. We had a week and a half where we were in there, and I said, hey, man, F it. This is part of the process. I'm in. I locked in. We watched every game until, as D-Mac says, it's not time to watch every game. And that moment came. But whatever.
Car flags were almost out.
They were almost out.
They were talked about hard, too.
Yeah.
But ironically enough, I think I saw that post on Facebook, and ironically enough, I had a memory that popped up in my timeline that I brought up about the Detroit Red Wings. And it was very interesting. Spenmo has it right here. From 2015, yesterday in 2015, where I made the observation.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, I said, quote, it's humorous reading Red Wings fans' post today. The following is the reality of the situation. Pavel Datsyuk, $7.5 million a year till 2017. Zetterberg, $6 million a year till 2021. Franzen, $4 million a year till 2020. Howard, $5.3 million a year till 2019. Stephen Weiss, $5 million per year till 2018. Altogether, that's an average of $28 million of a $69 million salary cap. So your offense and your goaltending situation is not going to change anytime soon. Hashtag grim reality. D-Mac, I brought that up just kind of in a response to what I was talking about earlier, and also to show the progress that has been made.
Oh, I thought you brought it up because, like, if people think that when I refer to you as draft capital salary cap guy, that's 8 years ago. You've been doing this for a long time. I think that people see how fully invested on every front, no matter what sport it is, when it gets down to the nitty gritty. That's what they had to get out from underneath of. So when you understand that, and it's about building that foundation, and I'm not going to get upset. I'm going golfing today. I got an event tonight at the Maple Theater. We're going to watch Gladiator. So I'm going to see Marcus Aurelius, decimate some dudes. It'll be awesome. But you're not going to get upset because this is part of the process. And you got to get all that stuff out of the way. You mentioned when you talked about Brad Holmes and the Trey Flowers and the Jamie Collins and stuff like this. That's the stark reality of what Steve Yzerman had to deal with. So, unfortunately, some people are disappointed. This wasn't the year. This was never going to be the year, right? Next year, we move forward and making it the playoffs and being in there in a conversation where we'll be having at this time next year, because we're talking the first round of the playoffs being played. We will be a part of it. Or there's serious questions to be had about the progress of this team. But now is the time where he starts to cook even more.
Dom Rivera, 88. Good old Uncle Neal bringing receipts. Nobody keeps score the way I keep score, D-Mac,
dude,
because this.
I love it.
Yeah, this has been something, D-Mac, that I've talked about for almost a decade.
Even longer than that.
Yeah.
As long as I've known you.
Yeah.
And stuff like this. This is like sort of like your bread and butter. As far as you have to understand the money. Follow the money. You have to understand the money to understand what the guys are dealing with on an ownership level, like where we talk about, right? You look at the way that we talked about the Tigers and Chris Illich, Scott Harris, seatbelt on your money, go do it in the draft and do it the long, hard way. Steve Yzerman has maneuvered his way out. He's got more of control with the Red Wings, but he's putting the money together.
Mike G, where's the Abdelkader contract? I can't remember if that was signed at the time or not. I know that you're still paying him $1 million.
2015 probably not, but here's the whole thing. So where are they at now in comparison to the guys that they owe?
Well, D-Mac, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. As they roll into next year, where they have 3 consecutive second-round picks and 2 first-round picks coming up in the draft, they will also go into next year with $33.2 million in cap space. So there's that as well.
But who are on the long term? Who are the guys that I'm looking at, the Zetterbergs and the Franzens?
Only Dylan Larkin.
Who?
Only Dylan Larkin. Who's like a long term.
Oh, just one?
Just one.
Oh. Is that your captain?
And his name is not Stephen Weiss.
Is that your captain?
That is your captain.
Oh, it is. Is that your 2C?
That's your 2C. Point a game guy.
Oh, okay. 8.5?
Yep.
Okay. Carry on.
So that's my point. Like, guys, just remember what it came from. And that's why Brad Holmes, is even more impressive, because of the way he flipped it through 2 drafts. Understand the money, understand how it's going to work. And still, I don't know why, Spenmo, why don't people get that still?
I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking? I think that Brad Holmes and Steve Yzerman have a secret tunnel or something that they either have breakfast or they're in cahoots, because what's Yzerman? See, in hockey, it works differently, right? It takes longer because you draft guys younger, right? You're not out of college and progressing. But what's Steve Yzerman been doing? And I mentioned this because you had all of your, in the last 4-year first rounders, 5 of them in this lineup at the same time, including your 18-year-old. they're feeding off each other in this city. This is going to be a beautiful thing to watch.
Jason Moose says Neal Ruhl is Isaac Newton now with his observations. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like a tough concept to understand. Those group of players that I brought up to you in that post comprised nearly a third of the cap. More than a third of the cap. Those guys.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, it all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That whole entirety of everything that happened.
I understand, like, how bad the contracts were and everything, but, like, Kenny Holland made a couple nice deals on his way out. The returns he got for Nyquist and Tatar, I was a fan of. But obviously that doesn't...
He's still unequal.
Yeah, but he made a couple nice deals on his way out.
He was kept around too long.
I would agree with that, yes.
Where have we heard that before?
Tigers. Well, yeah. Connect the dots there.
I'm just saying, that's all. I'm just saying, hey, Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, was there again today. Another 55 minutes on the treadmill. But it's okay, because there's tons of equipment at Planet Fitness. You don't have to wait for schlubs like me to finish up. Treadmills as far as the eye can see. All the equipment, all the weights, everything out there for you. Just $10 a month for access to your home club. Guys, stop paying $60 a month for a gym with a rock wall. Stop doing it. Planet Fitness is the play. Tremendous value. You want to be a baller? All right, $24.99 a month. You can have a black card. Access to any Planet Fitness around the world, over 2,000 of them. Bring a guest anytime you want. That's included with the black card membership. All the amenities, the tanning beds, the hydro massage, all of it is out there for you. And again, go to planetfitness.com or pull in the parking lot. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. There's over 50 of them in the Metro Detroit area. Tomorrow we're out in Romeo. I'll work at the one by my house tomorrow. I can do that. Maple Road, out there, wherever. South Florida, they got them everywhere, everybody. PlanetFitness.com, that is the play. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. And, just wrapping this show up. Mike G says 32 miles in Port Austin. No, it's not quite that far out, everybody. We will see you in Romeo tomorrow at Dispo.
It's honestly, like, it is.
It's far, but it's not.
It's just a straight shot down Van Dyke.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
So I do. I like living out there, man.
I mean,
it's cool.
That's where I go golf.
Well, you
every time.
have to. There's a noise ordinance with all those furnaces.
That's true.
The Orchards is across the street. Mm-hmm. My favorite track.
The Orchards is across the street.
Yeah.
I'll be slapping around Pine Valley this stuff.
Pine Valley's not even a 15-minute drive. Greystone,
League.
6 minutes away.
Let's go. Get
Stony
out there.
Creek. Stony Creek's a great golf course.
Stony Creek is a great golf course.
Tough.
Yeah.
Stony Creek is tough, bro.
For sure.
Small greens there too, man. Lots of break too. So that one is tough. But just people talking about the Red Wings and kind of the reaction. Somebody said, "Wow, we had Johan Franz until COVID." We did, man.
Nicholas Duncan's getting stoked, not scared in the chat.
Yeah. And Mike G asked about the Abdelkader thing. Still paying Justin Abdelkader $1 million a year until 2026. Spartan Dog, though.
Spartan Dog. It's my guy. Get your money.
Good for you.
Get your money, Abby.
D-Mac, I wanted to ask you this because I asked Lindsey Hunter this because we did a Lindsey, an Ask Lindsey segment. Now, obviously...
Sam Flannel. Oh.
No. Well, you didn't get traded, so I guess it wouldn't be a question that you can answer.
Well, maybe.
Did they actually call you and tell you you've been traded or no?
Oh, okay. So in my case, it'd be because if you remember when we went through the lockout season and we went from no salary cap to salary cap.
You were a casualty of that.
Kenny Holland had to call me and tell me that I was a casualty because I was making too much money and had to go from 60-something to 39. So it was a conversation, but I knew it was coming because I didn't, at the time, and I'm very forthcoming to it, I didn't put myself in the best position. It was sort of like I was sort of fighting it, and I did it to myself. So I mean, to me, to know I'm here now and doing the way it was to be able to come back and win a cup, it worked out in its way. But I was responsible for that, so I knew it was coming. So it wasn't a shock.
Yeah.
I'd already moved on. I'm pretty good. I'm a bit of a gypsy like that. So when I know that the time's up. And I just felt it, but there was a lot of other reasons for it. It wasn't just the team. But Kenny Holland did show me the courtesy to call.
So he did call you. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, so we did talk.
Because it would have been easy to hide behind the agent, right? Call the agent.
I think sometimes it is, but Kenny Holland's, we call him Uncle Kenny for a reason. We all grew up around. I mean, it's bigger than hockey. Right, it's life when it comes to him. You be out on the golf course, and you really care about him and just watching his kids grow up in family. You really feel a part of it, and you've really felt, right, wrong, whether it's appreciation or something. There is that family element that we carry along to this day. So, winning does that for you. Obviously, I'm grateful because he drafted me to the organization, gave me every opportunity, and believed in me. So, I wish the fact of that love would make me think that his team in Edmonton is ready to do it, but I just don't think they are. Neal, I'm going to add another coffee cup to that DM tonight after LA is up 2-0.
You only get one? Yeah. Man, it's a big, big game tonight. Mason Gillespie says, I lost my wife and kids to a guy who works out at a gym with a rock wall. Neal is right. # Planet Fitness. See, Mason, there you go. It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Things got heated at the end of heavyweights yesterday.
Really?
Well, not really heated between us. Because I did sway easy. We had a topic. It was, who do you want more, Wemby for the Pistons or Jalen Carter for the Lions? And I said Connor Bedard for the Red Wings. I was like, you put that guy who had 194 points in 78 games, 94 goals, and 100 assists.
That's a great question
games.
that we can, and maybe getting up to both drafts in next week or something like that, talk who would be more impactful.
Who would be the most impactful draft pick this year?
Wembayama to the Pistons or Bedard to the Wings right now? Yeah. Who would get him a championship quicker?
What I said is Bedard gets you into the playoffs 1,000% next year if you get him. You can't say the same about Wemby. I think with what they already have building with the Red Wings, you put Bedard in that is a dynasty in the making. You win multiple Stanley Cups.
That's the Spurs getting Tim Duncan.
Yes. You win multiple Stanley Cups if you get
speaking of the Spurs, who's going to get the first overall pick.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. There are people started finding a way to ask DMAC questions when I brought that up, which is on brand. That's what they do, and there are some very, very good ones. But I'm not doing a very, very good one. I'm doing this one from Sue Yu. DMAC, which city had the best puck bunnies?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Arizona. Scottsdale. Chef's kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl party.
That's a great
2000. Question. Anyways. It's on my OnlyFans. See you there.
I think that's a good place to stop for today.
I couldn't agree more.
See y'all in Romeo tomorrow. For D-Mac, for Sam Flannel, for Spencer Raxter, my name's Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping into Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports.
With D-Mac tomorrow.
Well, see you later.
We'll be high. We'll be fully medicated. Let's go. 420.